Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this square tray. So what I'm starting with is epoxy resin from Craft Resin. This is a two-part resin, and I'm pouring A into my measuring cup because you do measure it by volume. So that was part A, and now I'm mixing up part B. Or mixing it up, measuring out part B, which is the hardener. And then I'm going to stir it up, and I stir mine up for 4 minutes. Once I get it stirred up, I use my heat gun a little bit to pop some of the bubbles. And I'm going to pour some of this into another measuring cup because I want to put some mica powder in it. The mold I got from Amazon, it comes 3 in a package with a square, a rectangle, and a round tray. And they have little diamond shapes on them. Turns out really pretty. So I'm going to use this gold mica powder. And it comes with a little spoon, so I'm just going to put a couple spoonfuls in there. And I did get my mica powder from Amazon. I'm just going to mix this up real good because you don't want any mica powder pieces, you know, floating to the top of your project or whatever. So you want to make sure that it's mixed really good. And I do pop the bubbles a little bit with the heat gun too. Ooh, almost had an accident there. Not good, but we got it. We caught it. And I want to put this around the edges of the tray. So I'm, you know, spreading the mold out a little bit around the edges, and I'm putting my gold down in there. And I do have previous videos where I did the round tray and the rectangular tray. I will try to remember to link that in the description box in case you didn't get to see that video. And I don't care if a little bit of the gold gets on the bottom of my tray there. I could, I do scrape it off a little bit, but I don't mind if it mixes in with my next color. Now this gold doesn't go all the way to the very top edge of my tray, but it goes most of the way. See there, I was scraping it a little bit. Now, you know, if I really wanted to clean that up, I could have gotten a paper towel, put a little bit of alcohol on it, or wet it down or whatever and try to get it out. Or maybe even just a dry paper towel, probably. But I didn't mind it being there. So I'm not going to really worry about it. And the silicone cups that I'm using, measuring cups, they also came from Amazon. And that stick, that silicone stick, it also came from Amazon. And the silicone mat that you see there, the blue mat, it also came from Amazon. So yes, I get most of my stuff from Amazon. Now this little poker tool here that has the soft tip on the end of it. I did not get it from Amazon. I actually got it from Magnolia Design. It's a stencil place that I used to be. I used to sell, so I just had those on hand. But you can get silicone tip utensils like this from Amazon. So now I'm going to mix up my green mica powder. I can't really see what was this, glitter deep green. And the other one, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it was a gold mica powder, as you can see. So I just put a couple of spoonfuls in my pot there. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my same silicone stick to mix it up. I didn't wipe it off or anything because I don't care if it gets a little bit of gold in it. So again, you want to mix that really good until you don't see any of the powder in there. So I'm just going to fill my mold up the rest of the way with the green resin there. And I'm just pouring it in the middle and then going out to the edges. And it'll drip down along the sides too, which is fine. Now the gloves I use are ones my husband had on hand, so I did not get those from Amazon. I got them from my husband. Shh, don't tell him. So I am taking my heat gun and I'm going to pop any bubbles that might be there. And I didn't have enough green resin, so I had to mix up some more. This tray actually holds close to 150 milliliters of resin, which kind of surprised me. I think I mixed up 100 and thought it would work, but it didn't, so I had to mix up some more. So this is the next day, and my tray is ready to demold. And I'm just going to pull the sides away, and then I'm going to do the corners. And once you do the corners, your mold will flip because it's pretty soft. And then you just pull it out of the bottom of the tray. Now I am holding it down because it's not totally fully cured, but it's definitely cured enough to get it out of your mold. I think it turned out pretty good. You'll have to let me know what you think. So I have the gold more around the top edges of the sides, and there's the bottom, which has some gold in it. And now I'm just going to take my nail file and I'm going to sand down the edges of the bottom of the tray. So it just makes it so it's not so harsh. And I make sure that I get the corners. So there's what the bottom looks like. There's the inside. And you can see the sides are like a two-tone with the gold on the top and the green on the bottom. And then you can see the little ridges or whatever in the bottom of the tray. I think it turned out really good. But we're going to decorate it. I have these gems that I got from Pop Shelf after Christmas. They were on sale, so they're like little flat back pearls. Now they did have some sticky adhesive on them, but I'm going to use my glue instead. And my glue is Art Glitter Glue, and I did also get it from Amazon. So I'm going to put a drop of glue in between each of the rows there. And I'm going to use my tweezers to pick up my pearl and put it on there. So this took 40 of the pearls. There's 10 on each side. And I really like the way the pearls made the tray look. I think it just upped it a little bit to the next level of partiness. But yeah, I really like the tray. I think it turned out really good. So let me know what you think in the comments. Is this something that you like? Is this something that you might try? Because like I said, I did get the 3 molds from Amazon. They were in a package together and they weren't that expensive. And then I got a box of 60 mica powders also from Amazon, which weren't very expensive at all either. Or you can get some mica powders from the Dollar Tree. They have a little container, well, it's not a container, a little selection of, I think, four mica powders for $1.25 in little plastic containers. So that's what I started out with, and then I bought this box of mica powders, and I really like it. They have so many different colors, and they have glitters in them, and some don't have glitters, some do have glitters, but I mean 60 of them. I like them a lot. And they'll probably last me my whole time doing resin. And I just use the plain epoxy resin from Resin Craft. It doesn't really have a smell to it. And I have my fans going when I pour my resin. It says it doesn't have any VOCs. But you do want good ventilation, so I do have my fans going. And I do wear gloves, which I did get me some pink gloves from Amazon, a box of 100. I got mediums, but I probably needed to get smalls. They're still a little bit too big for me. Okay, there's my last pearl. Put that on there. And that's it. That's all I did to this tray here. And I think it turned out really good. Now, this glue does dry clear. So if you get too much on there, you don't have to worry about it. It dries clear. So there's the inside of the tray. Look at that. There's the bottom, which is just plain. But you can see the gold and the green. And here's some more pictures of it. I really like the way it turned out. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.